Hi guys, it's been a week since I published my first video about Ahmaud Arbery killing, and I've got 1700 comments. Today I'm gonna address some of them and make an update on Arbery case because more and more evidence coming. If you haven't watched the first video, you can do it first. The most important comment was that Arbery didn't commit any felony while trespassing. Since I'm not a propagandist, I'm happy to admit that this was my mistake. Trespassing in Georgia is misdemeanor, not felony. Some of you might say, yeah, the lie finally admitted and Arbery is innocent. Unfortunately, whether it's misdemeanor or felony, it doesn't really change the story, and here is why. Let's look at citizen arrest law. First sentence. A private person may arrest an offender if the offense is committed in his presence or within his immediate knowledge. Anything about felony? Nope. There is a word offense. We can look into law dictionary and see what is the meaning of this mysterious word. An offense may consist of felony or misdemeanor. There is still word may, so you might tell me I'm manipulating you again. But let's look at Georgia trespassing law, section D. A person who commits the offense of criminal trespass shall be guilty of misdemeanor. Since Arbery trespassed, there was an offense. An offense allows you to use citizen arrest law. Some of you might say that I'm manipulating you again because I haven't read the whole law. Here is the second statement. If the offense is felony and the offender is escaping or attempting to escape, a private person may arrest him upon reasonable and probable grounds of suspicion. For those who are reading tax code for the first time, that means that the first section is applicable for felony and misdemeanors. And the second one is only applicable for felony, meaning that if it's a felony, you don't need to actually see it, you can have some reasonable grounds of suspicion. Obviously, in terms of trespassing, only the first sentence is applicable to us. But hey, what about burglary? It happened on January 1st. From the recent security cam released videos, you can see that Arbery was at the site on December 17th and February 13th. Meaning that citizen arrest law can also be applicable on basis of burglary happened on January 1. Because when you see someone on a security cam, it's a very good ground of suspicion. Some of you guys might say, oh, it happened 2 months before. You cannot do this. It's not allowed by law, but it's false. There is no requirement of immediate offense in case of felony. But again, McMichael defense need to argue only for one case out of these two. There are lots of comments that Arbery didn't steal anything and therefore he's not guilty. I guess this primitive logic coming out of mass media, which published hundreds of articles like that, in reality, whether he steals something or not, it doesn't really change anything because you just need to trespass. Also, there is a construction site argument. People think that there is something special about construction sites, that there are some different rules applicable for them. So here is the trespassing law. There is a section A which talks about destroying properties. It's not applicable in our case. But there is a section B, which is what we need. Enter upon the land or premises of another person or into any part of any vehicle, railroad, car, aircraft, or watercraft of another person for unlawful purpose. There is nothing special about construction site. Entering the land is enough. And yeah, there are many fair comments about people entering to construction sites to look for jobs or whatever, but they usually knock the door or asking for someone, and these are definitely lawful purpose. Arbery walks into the house, do something inside, and then run away as soon as he got spotted. This is clear from security cam videos. I didn't emphasize this fact last time, but one of the commenters did, and I really appreciate it. It doesn't look there is any lawful purpose. And again, media published that Arbery might want to drink some water inside the house. First of all, it's only might, there is absolutely zero evidence about this. Second of all, it's unlawful purpose. Imagine if someone gonna come to my house when I'm out and gonna eat my star fruit or kupao su. This is completely not okay. Let's move on. I really dislike that you just blame the victim of running after he saw the gun. You have no idea if they called him names or threatened to kill him before they jumped out the car. How dare you? First of all, he started to run when he got spotted in the house, not when he saw the gun. I think it's pretty clear they didn't call him names or threaten to kill him. We have a 911 call from older Mike Michael, which happened at the same time when the younger Mike Michael was shooting. So these are all fantasies. You don't explain cultural difference. A white man might behave differently and assess threats differently than a black man. As a black man, he was thinking these people mean me harm. Let me fight before they kidnapped me or shoot me dead. The problem with this racist logic is the following. This accident didn't happen in Caracas, Venezuela or in Mogadishu in Somalia. It happened in a peaceful, crime-free neighborhood. You don't expect crazy people running around and shooting at you. You might say that Arbery didn't know whether it was a safe place or not, and he got used to live in an environment full of guns and crime as most of black people do. This is another racist thinking because Arbery lived in a good neighborhood nearby, which is low crime as well. And he was familiar with McMichael neighborhood and he knew that it is safe. And the most convincing argument that Arbery knew why these guys were following him because he was spotted at the house. You are so wrong. No felony, no robbery, and why would a person freeze when two crazy people have a shotgun pointed at you? It's fight or flight. You're all wrong. It's false. Shotgun was never pointed at him before the last moments when he started to pull it. Let's look at another video which was just released back from 2017.
What you doing out here, man?
Just rapping in the park.
Gotcha. You got an ID on you, man? Grab it with you, okay?
Basically, Arbery got stopped by police and started to argue with them. The officer told him that he was stopped because of drug activities in that area.
Yeah, give me a second, man.
Nobody's not even driving the car. What the fuck you come over for? Come over and chilling in the park.
Why am I fucking with you?
Yo, why
You want to know why I'm fucking with you?
Why?
Keep your hand in your pocket.
I ain't got shit on me. What the fuck you fucking with me for?
I'll tell you why I'm here, man.
Why?
I'll tell you why I'm
Why?
here. Because this area is known for drug activity.
Drug? How the fuck I'm drug attack when I work at Blue Beacon?
Back up.
Check my shit.
Back
boy.
up.
The fuck you talking about?
You
Check
want to back
my
up?
motherfucking shit. Bitch, you hit me
Send me
with that
another
shit,
unit,
bitch, you gonna be
please.
fucked
Send me
up.
another unit.
Don't go on my motherfucking car.
I'm not going in your car.
Don't
Back
go-
up!
Bro, don't touch me, bro. You can't touch
Listen.
me, bro. Don't touch my car and don't touch me.
I'm not touching your car.
Don't touch
I'm looking
me, bro.
inside of your car.
Don't touch me. You can't look inside my shit enough.
I think I see something plastic in the thing over here.
Go ahead, bro. You can't go in my car.
You're not allowing me to search your car?
You can't go in my shit.
I'm not asking you. Just don't reach the car, man.
Get your hand out of your pocket.
Hands out of your pocket.
Hand out of your pocket. Down. Warning, down.
Stay on the
Keep your
ground.
hand
Just
from your
stay on the ground, okay?
Keep your hands out.
Media obviously wrote that corrupt police stopped innocent guy again. But wait a minute, if you stop by police, you know that they have an authority and they just want to check your documents. You should be just quiet and do what they want. That's how it works. In Europe, if you use that offensive language towards the law enforcement officer, you will be arrested. And again, I had a similar situation in my life. I was crossing the border from Bosnia to Croatia with my friend and our car got searched for 1 hour. They thought it's suspicious when you have Ukrainian and Colombian nationals driving a Swiss car and crossing that international border. I wasn't happy about the situation and I clearly understood that it was a third country national profiling. But I kept myself quiet and let them do their job because they had an authority. Let's look a bit further. Maybe they stopped him for a reason.
So you don't have anything in the car? Because I looked in the middle of your car, in the center console. I saw some kind of plastic in there. If it's weed, I don't care. So with that being said, you mind if I just look in your car really quick? Would you be okay with that?
Why are you checking in my car?
You can say no if you don't want us to check your car. Okay. That's all we need, man.
The car is not in motion. I'm not even driving the car.
I know, I'm investigating suspicious activity, not doing a traffic stop. Just kind of weird. We don't see cars sitting out here that often. That's all that is, man, okay? You're good to go. I'm going to talk to my partner over here, all right?
Want me to leave?
If you can, well, your car, your license is suspended. So, technically, you can't really drive the car.
First of all, his driving license was suspended, but not by this officer, but sometimes in the past, meaning that he was driving his car illegally, but police couldn't prove anything because they spotted him outside of the car. Another thing in US, you can't really search what's inside a private car.
Smell the inside of his car.
Huh?
You know, tell me if you can smell anything that smells like weed. It smells like more cigarette, but there is like a burnt weed smell in that car. I just couldn't get close enough to tell.
Nasty smell. Yeah, I do smell a little bit of weed.
Smells a little bit of weed.
And it's nasty. The car is nasty. I can smell the nastiness.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, there's some seeds and there's some stems in there in the plastic in the car. But I guess we can't really search it now since he's not here.
It's pretty clear that this guy had some drugs inside his car, but law enforcement can't do anything. So this guy was not innocent. Let's talk about some really bad comments. White will defend white, no matter what. That's a very offensive statement. If you believe in race theories, please use some up-to-date nomenclature about race. In all more or less sane literature, it's called Caucasian race. Some people who live in India or Sudan might have a very dark skin, but they still belong to the same Caucasian race. This white-black race thing is only good when you're talking about United States of 18th or 19th century. But since I have nothing to do with that, please don't call me white. This term is really offensive and shows very little knowledge about the topic. Another great comment. Here I'm personally accused of killing native people, black people, and the craziest thing is that Hitler is my boy. What? That's a textbook example of racism. Another set of comments are about Russia. Russiagate is everywhere. You don't need to be Trump to experience that. In my video, I've mentioned Russia once, just to make a nice example. I'm not a Russian citizen and I've never lived there. Also, I like communism accusation. I'm the guy who criticized Bernie Sanders many times on this channel, but it's okay. One of the lady went even further and used all the bad words she knew. Some of the guys are against First Amendment and they asked me to delete my last video. Indeed, there are more dislikes than likes, but it's 40 to 60. And to be honest, with all this media misinformation about Arbery case, I expected even lower number of likes. And I'm positively excited that there are so many people with critical mindset and they don't accept mass narrative from the mass media. About Second Amendment, I was a little bit too harsh when I was calling to cancel it. I didn't realize that people would assume that I want to ban all the guns in US. It's not true. I understand the right for some people to think that these guns will help them to fight against the tyrant government. My point there was that there could be done something to reduce the amount of guns in possession of mentally ill people or homeless, which cannot really protect the gun, or criminals. In most of European countries, regulations are stricter, but if you really want to have a gun, you can get it. And if you compare any European countries to US by the homicide rate, you will see that US is behind several folds. It would be nice to understand what kind of steps need to be done to make US safer. It will probably require some law change and enforcement policy change, but I have nothing against Second Amendment. If you want it, it's your right. Last thing from the recent news. Apparently Mike Michael was involved in leaking that shooting video to prove that he is innocent. Do you really think that a racist will release a video of hunting of innocent guy to prove that he is not racist? I don't think so. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate all your comments on my previous video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and see you next time. Bye.